Now we do a switchy. What?
Get back here! Where do you think you're going? He took a bagel!
Alright, time to swing, just like I
When it comes to comics, there's no bigger juggernaut than Marvel. I mean, besides DC, of course. Don't know if people notice, but Marvel doesn't only make superhero comics. Throughout the years, Marvel has been gaining the rights to make comics of popular IPs like Predator or Star Wars. In today's video, we're going to talk about one of those IPs, Ultraman. For those who don't know, Ultraman is a popular Japanese series where the main character turns into a warrior of light known as Ultraman to fight kaijus. In other words, it's like Power Rangers, but replace the giant robot with John Cena. The series also has been referenced in other media, for example, My Hero Academia. The comic is co-written by Kyle Higgins and Matt Groen, and if those names don't sound familiar, these guys works on some of the Boom Studio comics. Not to mention that Kyle Higgins is the creator of Radiant Black, and Matthew Groen is also the creator of Inferno Go Red. The comic takes place in a new continuity, which means you don't have to be familiar with the lore to enjoy it. Currently, there's 3 books in the series so far, and a 4th one is coming soon. And from what I read, the 4th one is going to be a crossover with some of the Marvel heroes. I'm only going to be covering the first one, and I'll probably do the rest in the future. Well, without further ado, let's begin.
In 1966, a unidentified object enters Earth atmosphere. Agent Moriboshi went to investigate, but unfortunately he crashed with the object and is presumed dead.
Back to the future!
Captain Morimatsu and Kiki Fuji are investigating in a meat factory. While investigating, they get attacked by a kaiju, but they were thankfully saved by Shin Hayata. Unlike his original counterpart, this version of the character did not join the USP because he failed the test. Something I almost forgot to mention is that the USP of the series is a secret group that deals with kaiju threats. They're kind of like the Men in Black, or better yet, S.H.I.E.L.D. While Fuji and Hayata are hanging out, Fuji gets an alert from the USP that something has entered Earth's atmosphere. She was forced to bring Hayata along, which makes Captain Morimatsu upset, and rightfully so. This is USP business. The gang walks up to the object, encountering some kind of alien. Captain Morimatsu tells them to shoot it, but they didn't want to. But eventually Hayata gets pressured in doing so, and shoots the alien. Hayata feels sorry and later approaches the alien, and somehow he begins to merge with the alien. The alien explains to Hayata that he comes from a race known as the Ultras. The Ultras go around and help planets who can't fight the kaiju crisis. In this version, kaijus are not aliens. Instead, they are created by negative emotions similar to the Grim from Ruby. During this scene, we see a bunch of Ultras making a cameo, including Ace, 80, and of course my least favorite Ultra, Ultraman Toro. Yeah, for those who don't know, I don't really like Ultraman Toro, unless we're talking about the anime version, which in my opinion I think that's a more superior version. Anyways, Ultra came to Earth because he sensed a kaiju crisis is coming, but given his weakened state, he can no longer stop it. He tells Hayata that his race has the ability to merge with other beings, but he tells Hayata that he wants full control of the body, since he doesn't really trust humanity that much. He also believes that humanity killed his brother many years ago, but eventually Hayata convinces Ultra to let him take control of the body. And together they become Ultraman. Later on, Hayata wakes up in the USP headquarters, and there he talks to the director. Hayata agrees to work for the USP and tell them everything he knows about the Ultra, but only if they can find Fuji. You see, Fuji was having doubts about the USP. She tracked down an old former member of the USP named Yamamoto, but their meeting was cut short thanks to a kaiju. Hayata and the director eventually find their location. While entering the building, Ultra tells Hayata to throw away the K-ray and begins explaining how their power works. If you've seen the Ultraman series, then you already know what the rules are. The transformation only lasts for 3 minutes. Avoid bright light, don't get wet, and don't eat after midnight. Hayata sees a kaiju and transforms into Ultraman to fight it. I don't know why, but I really love this version of the suit. It's just super clean. Then again, I don't really see different versions of the original suit just because the original Ultraman is a good series but not my favorite one. Some of you guys know why. I also need to mention, because this is a comic book, you can't really tell the time. So they have this timer in the corner. Also, this Spacium beam is super clean. I just love it. After defeating the kaiju, they found Fuji. But Yamamoto shoots Fuji with the K-gun, and now she's dead. But not really. You see the K-rays that disintegrate kaiju don't really kill kaiju. No, instead they transport them to a different pocket dimension. It's kind of like the Phantom Zone, and they've been doing this for over 40 years. And this is why Ultra came to Earth, because eventually that prison is gonna break and free all the kaiju and destroy the Earth.
So we're fine, as long as nobody teleports any bread.
Question.
What's your question, soldier?
I teleported bread.
What?
You told me to.
How much?
I have done nothing but teleport bread for 3 days.
There have you been sending it?
The higher ups has been keeping this a secret just because it's the only way to keep humanity safe and not let them know about the kaiju threat. Hayata gets shot and gets transported into the Phantom Zone, and there he tries to find Fuji. He eventually finds her and opens a portal to the real world, but doing so they accidentally release Bemular. And of course it's Bemular since that's the first kaiju Ultraman fights in the series. Ultraman starts growing into his bigger form, which I keep forgetting that Ultras can do this, I don't know why. To be fair, they barely use their smaller forms because they're always fighting big kaijus. Also, this fight is so freaking good. Oh, I just love the colors, the shading. I just really love it. My only issue with this entire fight is that when Ultraman uses his beam, it's not double spread. Anyways, after the fight, Hayata decides to destroy the Phantom Zone and let the kaijus loose. The reason he does it is to let humanity know that there's the kaiju threat, but there's also a hero protecting them. The comic ends with Moromoshi returning, and that was the rise of Ultraman. And honestly, opinions may differ when it comes to this book just because it does change a lot of things from the original series. So if you really love the original series, then you probably won't like the changes they've done to this universe. I really think this is a really good adaptation of the character. And that's coming from someone who isn't a really big Ultraman fan just yet. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time.